afternoon, and welcome back to Girded with Truth. Thank you so much for joining us today as we are on this upward journey. Today we're getting into the other side. Sometimes God has us on a journey and He is telling us up looks like down. He's telling us to leave behind the old. But when we get past all the things that we have to do and we reach on the precipice of moving forward, what do we consider? Well, today I am telling you to consider the other side. Exodus chapter 14 verses 15 to 16 says, "And the Lord said unto Moses, Wherefore criest thou unto me? Speak unto the children of Israel, that they go forward. But lift thou up thy rod, and stretch out thine hand over the sea, and divide it, and the children of Israel shall go on dry ground through the midst of the sea." So God is telling Moses, you have everything you need. I have brought you to this point. Now this is what you have to do. You have a responsibility to get yourself to the other side. God is saying, I have enabled you. I have equipped you with everything you need for the journey. And now it's time to get to the other side. He said, don't call on me. Don't look at me. All you have to do is speak and use what I have given you, and you will get to the other side. So Moses here had to lift up his rod, instruct the children of Israel, and they were able to go through the Red Sea and get to the other side. A similar text is Joshua chapter 3 verses 14 to 17, and it says, "And it came to pass when the people removed from their tents to pass over Jordan, and the priests bearing the ark of the covenant before the people, and as they that bear the ark will come unto Jordan, and the feet of the priests that bear the ark were dipped in the brim of the water, for Jordan overfloweth all its banks all the time of harvest, that the waters which came down from above stood and rose up upon a heap very far from the city Adam, that is beside Zaratan. And those that came down toward the sea of the plain, even the salt sea, failed and were cut off, and the people passed over right against Jericho. And the priests that bear the ark of the covenant of the Lord stood firm on dry ground in the midst of Jordan, and all the Israelites passed over on dry ground until all the people were passed clean over Jordan." Now in Exodus, we see in Moses just lifting his rod and speaking to the children of Israel, and the sea is being parted for them to walk over on dry ground. But here in Joshua, we are seeing the priests getting into the water, and then the waters opened, and the children of Israel were able to pass through the river Jordan. Now, we see here the same God making a way where there seems to be no way. He parted the Red Sea. Now he parted the river Jordan. But what was different? The fact that he used a different method. So in the first situation, Moses had to lift up his rod. In this situation, the priests had to get into the water. But God was still saying, it is time to go forward. He was still saying, you must get to the other side. Whatever you need for this part of your journey, whatever you need is on the other side. But you must first get there. Provision, protection, love, everything your work, your blessings, your birthright, everything that you have been sacrificing for all your life is on the other side. But you have a responsibility to use what God has given to you to get to the other side. God is not going to do it all for you. There are things that you can do that's out of your control, that of course God will do it for you. But you can't expect that God will do every single thing for you. He can provide the finances for you to pay off your debt. But do you expect Him to go to the bank to pay off the debt for you? No. He wants you to partner with Him. He wants you to do this thing with Him. Not He does all the work and you get all the credit, because glory belongs to God. This is a partnership we are in, and He is saying, no matter the situation you are facing, yes, He will come through. Yes, He will do it. Yes, He will equip you, but you have a responsibility and a part to play in this partnership and in this journey. And He is saying to you today, get to the other side. In the last account we are going to look at today, we see Jesus also getting to the other side. Matthew chapter 14 verses 22 to 27. And straightway Jesus constrained His disciples to get into a ship and to go before Him unto the other side, while He sent the multitudes away. And when He had sent the multitudes away, He went up into a mountain apart to pray. And when the evening was come, He was there alone. But the ship was in the midst of the sea, tossed with waves, for the wind was contrary. And in the fourth watch of the night, Jesus went unto Him walking on the sea. And when the disciples saw Him walking on the sea, they were troubled, saying, It is a spirit! And they cried out for fear. But straightway Jesus spake unto them, saying, Be of good cheer, it is I, be not afraid. So here Jesus is tasked with getting to the other side, and He's operating in who He knows He is. He knows exactly what God has equipped Him with, and He's using His tools to get to the other side. So here Jesus is not going through the Red Sea or going through the River Jordan. Instead, He is using an unconventional method in order to get to the other side. He is walking on water. And if you read lower down in the text, Peter asked Him for Him to come upon the water too. But then Peter started to sink because he did not completely believe. He could not believe that walking on water is possible, because that defies the laws of gravity. But God can enable us to defy the laws of gravity. He can enable us to do tremendous things, miracles, signs, and wonders. Jesus, when He was upon the earth, said, Greater things will we do. So, greater things might look different from what Jesus did. The methods might be different, but the miracles will be the same. Miracles, signs, and wonders is what you were created to do. But guess what? In order to do that, you have to get to the other side. God has equipped us. He has given us everything we need for this upward journey. He speaks to us. He ministers to us. He uses us in tremendous ways to accomplish a purpose that we can't even fathom. But guess what? Everything we need now is on the other side. So instead of holding on to the old, instead of believing what the enemy says, let us follow God even in the hard and difficult times. Because when up looks like down, God is doing His best work to come true for us. We have to leave behind the old in order to get to the other side. But guess what? In this season, God is saying, it's no longer you sitting back, but now we are doing this together. So as we go on this upward journey with God, let us go to the other side. Let us focus on what He has given us, what He is telling us. Let us walk in obedience and get to the other side as we progress in this upward journey. Thank you so much for listening. Have a wonderful afternoon. Bye.